Tuesday night, February the 6th. We got a great lineup for you tonight, man. NBA basketball, man. You got 7 games on tap. First game of the night, you got the Rockets taking on the Pacers. They're taking a trip to Indy. The Pacers are favored by 8.5. 244 is the over and the under. Keep in mind, right now, both teams haven't been playing that well, but the Pacers, they got Halliburton, but he's a game-time decision. Van Fleet is out tonight. Fred Van Fleet, no Van Fleet. Both teams have been 2-3. That's what I meant by not playing well the last 5 games. But if you're thinking about a player prop, take Alfred Sengun for the double-double. Sengun is a lock for the double-double. I like him right there. But I also want to take Houston on the spread tonight. I just think that 8.5 is a bit much. I'm going to go to plus 8.5 with Houston. And I also like the under. So ride with me on that one. We're going to go with the Rockets covering the spread tonight. And I'm going with the under. Next game. Let's go. We got Memphis taking a trip to the Big Apple. Playing the Knicks. The Knicks have been lights out besides the loss to the Lakers. But you got a couple of injuries for the Knicks tonight. OG Anunoby, he's out tonight along with Grimes. So you got to consider there's too many injuries for the Memphis Grizzlies right now. Too many injuries. The Knicks are favored by 12.5. Should have started there. The Knicks are favored by 12.5. Sorry. 212.5 is the over and under. And Memphis on a 6-game losing streak. With all that being said, I'm going to ride with the Knicks tonight. Take the Knicks on a 12.5. Too much firepower from the Knicks, even with those 2 guys being out. Just not enough people for Memphis. Everybody's out for Memphis. The 212.5, I'm going to take the 212.5. I'm going with the over. Not enough defense for Memphis. All right? So we're moving on to the next one. Orlando Magic taking a trip to Miami, facing the Heat. Battle of Florida. 3-game winning streak for Orlando right now, man. They're playing lights out basketball, man. The last game, the Heat lost to the Clippers. Besides that, they won 2 in a row. So it's been some good basketball being played amongst both teams. So I'm going to start with my player props. I like Paolo Banchero for the 20+. He's basically, averaging about 23, but I'm going to take him on the 20+ on the alternate. If you're taking the player props, I would take Pablo on that one. Miami's a 3.5-point favorite in this game. 213.5 is the over and under. I'm going to take Orlando to cover the spread. They've been playing some great basketball, like I mentioned, in a 3-game winning streak. So take Orlando with the plus 3.5. Also going to take the over 213. This game could go potentially to overtime. Next game we got for you. It's probably going to be on one of your local channels, TNT. Dallas is facing Brooklyn. You got the Mavs with Luka, Kyrie, going back to his old stomping grounds. No Derek Likely, he's out tonight. Cam Johnson is also out for the Brooklyn Nets. Both teams coming off back-to-back games. Dallas beat Philly. Pretty impressive game, man. So I think Dallas has got too much firepower, man. Dallas is favored by 4.5. The over is 235.5. So I'm gonna go with Dallas to cover the spread. Just too much talent over there for Dallas. I think if you're gonna play props, keep an eye on Kyrie showing up big. Just let Brooklyn know what he did. Sort of like what Bill did the other night to the Wizards. Take Kyrie over his props tonight, and I'm going to go with the over 235.5. Next game, Minnesota Timberwolves taking a trip to Chicago, man. Minnesota is favored by 5.5. 217.5 is the over and under. Game time decision for Kobe White and Caruso. Chicago's a little banged up. Anthony Edwards. Take him for over 25, man. He likes to show up big in big cities. Minnesota, man, they're healthy. The last time they played each other, man, they won by 21. So I'm going to take Minnesota to cover the spread for the 5.5. Just too much talent. They got Karl Anthony Towns. You got Rudy Gobert. Chicago's all over the place. They're thinking about making trades before the trade deadline. I'm also going to take the over on that game as well. All right. OKC taking a trip to Utah to face the Jazz. OKC 3 in a row, man. Great team over there. They got young talent. Chet Holmgren, Shea is averaging about 31. Look for him to get that tonight on his player props, man. They won 2 already this year. 2 already this year. So I think that's going to be something that you got to keep an eye on. 2 games, they basically beat them already. They just killed them. So I like OKC. They're favored by 3.5 tonight. They're favored by 3.5 tonight. 239.5 is the over and under. Player props I do like. I mentioned Shea earlier, and then I'm going to take Lauri Markkanen for over 20 points. But I like OKC to actually cover the spread tonight, even though they're in Utah. And I'm going to go with the over on 239.5 as well. Last game of the night, Milwaukee at Phoenix. Milwaukee at Phoenix. Phoenix is favored by 4.5, 243.5. Giannis and Dame is a game time decision. Phoenix has won 3 out of the 4. And they're at home. They're playing well. You got Bill coming off 43. I think that right now Phoenix is playing too well. So I'm going to go with Phoenix to cover tonight. Last game of the night. Phoenix to win the game. Just not playing enough. Milwaukee has played just not great basketball. They actually have won 1 game since Doc Rivers has got there. So they're like 1-3 out of their last 4 games. I just can't trust Milwaukee right now. So I will go with the under in the 243.5. I think they're going to play a little better defense because Doc is there. So take the under just to try to impress their coach. But that's my last game of the night. And we wanted to say thank you for riding with us. Make sure you just follow, subscribe. Make sure you get your money right. Put your props in. Put your bets in. Put your